Hey guys, welcome back to the Excuse Podcast. Today is Wednesday, May 24th, 2023, and I'm your host, Kevin, and I'm here to crash your midweek again. So I'm going to be moving the podcast temporarily to Wednesdays for now because that seems to be the only time I have to be able to update and release an episode. Usually Sundays are just packed with a lot of things that I have to do as far as post-sale cleanup and that sort. But right now I'll be visiting you guys on Wednesdays. So I just wanted to give an update on where we are at with the Native Boba Tea, and it's kind of been an interesting journey over the last week because so many things have happened, and now it's all about go time because as I've told you guys before, I was going to visit the communities and bring Native Boba Tea to the communities on the reservation in the Southwest and that sort. So now it's actually here. I've been strategizing on a lot of places that I'm going and making sure that those happen. If things happen to follow through with certain dates, in the future, I'm set right now for June, but if anything else happens, it's totally okay. It's not going to make or break me at this point. I'm really just wanting to spotlight the brand and engage with the community. So if something doesn't pan out for, one reason or another, then it's okay. I'll show up somewhere else. And that's kind of one of the things that happened with this past week. I was super busy getting things together for upcoming events. And then I happened to miss out on one event inadvertently, which I did my research in the beginning, but then things just happened so quickly and I missed the deadline by one day. So, but that's okay. There's nothing really you can do about that. So just right off the bat, jumping right into it, June 3rd, Saturday, June 3rd, I'm going to be at the Window Rock location for Navajo Arts and Crafts Enterprise. So we're going to be set up there in the parking lot with our tent, and we're going to be selling delicious boba, our bubble teas, our refreshers, and then I'm actually going to bring back the bubble waffles. I am super excited. I'm actually bringing it out this coming weekend. So Saturday at the Gallup Flea Market, I'm going to be able to provide the customers with another option, which is the bubble waffles. And as you guys know, who listen to my podcast, originally when I did bring it out, I was having power issues. I was having generator issues. I was having wind and torrential rain issues. So all of that combined just made it impossible for me to put that on the menu because when you are at the Gallup Flea Market, you've got dust and the dust devils, but like the wall of dust gathers, and once it settles on everything and inside the batter, on the grill, there's just no point in selling that type of item because it's just, you can't have dusty bubble waffles, right? It's got to be delicious. So needless to say, I had to take that off the menu pretty quick. But the bobas I was able to keep because everything's, covered in lids, they're sealed. I'm able to, whenever I'm getting the ice or scooping it out, it's always open, close, open, close. With the grill, it sits out. So a lot of the times when it takes, the few minutes, couple of minutes, not very long to make the bubble waffles, if a gust of wind comes down, forget it. It's done. And then, of course, the power was an issue, but now that's not an issue, and I've got that going, and I believe that the weather is going to be beautiful. And now that spring is settling down, I'm bringing it back. So be prepared for that. It's going to be delicious. I had one lady who was super excited about the bubble waffles, and believe it or not, she came back the last 2 weeks, and she was like, "When are you going to bring back the bubble waffles? When are you going to bring back the bubble waffles? I came here for the bubble waffles." And so I told her at the time, I was like, you know what, give me a couple of weeks. I'm kind of waiting for the weather to chill out. I'm making sure that the power I have is sufficient. So that way, because the older generator I have is in repair, and the new one I got, I don't have to worry about it. So I was letting her know, give me a couple of weeks because I want to make sure that it's right for the time. And she was like, okay. So she came back the next week, last week, and now it's been 2 weeks. So now she's like, okay, I'm ready for it. So I'm going to bring that back. And then June 3rd, I'm going to be bringing that to the Navajo Arts and Crafts Enterprise in Window Rock. So I'm excited, guys. Look out for the big pink tent. we're going to be set up there from 10 a.m. to 4:30 p.m., which is about the similar time for the flea market. Normally, a lot of people, when I'm setting up at the flea market, they'll start asking around 9 o'clock, 9:30, if I'm open. And it usually takes me at least the earliest about 10 o'clock to get open, just because there's a lot of things that I have to account for. So I want to make sure it's right and things are safe to open. So usually 10 o'clock, and then I'll sell until about 4:30. Yeah, about 4:30 I'll sell. And then that's a full day. So without getting shut down. So at that point, it's just time to clean up. So that's a good amount of time to be there, about 6.5 hours. And then the next weekend, I'm going to be at the Gallup Flea Market. I wanted to be at Albuquerque Pride Fest. That's what I was saying, I wanted to be at the Pride Fest, but I had to account for different things, and then I missed the deadline by 1 day. So what are you going to do? I'm still going to release a Pride drink. So I'm going to release a Pride Boba for the month of June because it's Pride Week, and we are very much a safe space. So, and then for me being, Two-Spirit and part of the Native American community and LGBT, it wouldn't make sense for me not to honor that or to bring spotlight to that. So, just as another avenue of incorporating my creativity, I'm going to be coming out with a Pride drink. So, and then I'll be at the Gallup Flea Market then for the June 10th weekend. And then the next weekend after that, it's Indigifest. So Indigifest 2023, and I believe it's the second annual Indigifest. And so what it is, and I had a few people ask me on social media, what is Indigifest? Where is it at? What's it all about? So last weekend I had the pleasure of meeting Dwight Coleman and Jeff Bryant. My friend Stefan actually was the one who came up, him and his sister Brittany. They wanted to have me meet, a couple of their friends so that way they can get something going. And so I did. Very, very nice people, very nice folks. They all bought a round of bobas, which is awesome. I'm glad they got to try the product, and that's when I was asked to do Indigifest and think about it. So I did go ahead and confirm. So I'm going to be there at Indigifest. I think it's the perfect avenue of like-minded individuals to be at the same place, celebrating each other and their uniqueness and what they contribute outside of what you normally consider the work machine, 9 to 5, that sort, especially when it's a lot of colonization and you don't see as many people with your background and platform and presence. Everyone brings something to the table. So even if you do a podcast and there's 10 podcasters there, each one is unique and each one is different. Each one has a point of view. There's lots of people that have a take and a spin on things. And if they have a voice and they want to use it, then we need to spotlight them and showcase them. So that's what Indigifest is about from my perspective. So like I was saying, when you do something you love, you find your tribe, and basically that's what it is. It's an entire slew of vendors, influencers, jewelry makers, people who want to showcase what they have to offer and their talents in the Indigenous community. So I'm really excited about that. I have to give it to them for working so hard to put something together like that, because I'm sure it's not easy. I'm sure you work around the clock to put a sort of festival like that together. So we all really need to applaud and support each other, especially when people coordinate to put big events like this together, because it's not easy, guys. Even with me doing all the projects I have to be very diligent and cognizant of every second and every minute. And I have to account for every minute of the week, my entire week, for each project. So something like that, I'm sure, takes a lot of coordination. So if you're going to be there, come say hi, stop by the Boba Tea tent, come try a boba, take a picture, whatever you want. I'm going to have a Native Boba Tea background drop. And then the location is at Sheep Springs, so Narbona Pass, the picnic area. That's where it's going to be at, and it's a free event, guys. So please show up, show your support. If you guys can make it to Gallup, you guys can make it to Indigifest and have a great time. I mean, if it's free, why not, right? one of the things about, events is sometimes whenever there's a charge to get in, it might dissuade somebody from making the decision to come, especially if they're out and they're just curious and they've never been before and they don't really want to, spend a lot of money getting in. They don't know what it's about. So this is the perfect time to come in. I don't know if they're going to charge a fee in the future, but right now it's free. So please come, come one, come all. Okay. So, the next date I have is going to be at Deneb Pride. So, the Navajo Nation Pride in Window Rock. I'm going to be setting up there the 24th, which is a Friday evening. There's a drag show that evening. And then Saturday is the actual Pride Festival at Memorial Park. So I'm going to be set up there as well, just to make sure that, we're also engaging actively in Pride. If I couldn't make it to Albuquerque Pride, that's okay. I'll be at Deneb Pride. So you just kind of go with the flow. And then I did release a poster. It's a big gay unicorn Native Boba Tea poster, which is awesome. I love it so much because nothing screams more gay than feeling like you've taken a butt plug out of a unicorn and been whacked at it. That's what the poster is. So, surprise. Sorry for my PG listeners. I just had to. But yeah, so the unicorn signifies the unicorn boba, and basically it's our number one seller. So the theme for the poster is the number one seller, which is the unicorn boba. So the unicorn boba is the taro boba, and taro is a root. It's a type of root from Thailand. So inside the flesh, it's my friend Steph and sister she was like, it's kind of like a yam, right? I'm like, yeah, it's kind of like a root. It's like a starchy root, but it's got like a vanilla nutty flavor to it, and inside the flesh it's white and it's got veins of purple, so that's why it's purple. But the unicorn boba is made with that, and it comes frozen blended with raspberry drizzles and raspberry soaked tapioca at the bottom. So it comes frozen blended, and then it comes with unicorn whipped cream on top with unicorn sprinkles and a cherry, and it's such a blast. It's awesome. And I've had a few people at the flea market who are like, there's a few people setting up boba tents, boba trucks, boba canopies. So a lot of people are getting on the boba swing, which is okay. It's okay. It's great. I mean, if people want to, create their own boba, I think it's awesome. I mean, no one has a monopoly on boba. No one has a monopoly, and it shouldn't. There shouldn't be. If somebody wants to do something that inspires them, using Navajo tea, native tea, whatever you want to call it, and make it into, 5 different types of brands, whether it's like a lemonade stand or an iced tea stand or a boba stand or anything, do it. I mean, by all means, do it. If you believe in your product and you stand by it, then keep going, because there's nothing but free market in here and there's room for all of us. So don't get caught up in the hype of, of dragging down anybody, because we all have something to offer. And the difference for me is that I'm just a little bit more vocal about it, because I do stand by and believe in my product, and me having my background as a bartender and knowing what I put in the drinks and all the faith I have in it, from engaging to the community and using lactose-free, dairy-free, or a splash of evaporated milk in the Thai teas, in the milk teas, or the refreshers, keeping them sugar-free, and then the other unicorn boba and strawberry mango, keeping those no added sugar, so that way I use maybe a sugar substitute to be cognizant of the community that I'm in. Things like that are really personal to me. So my background being a bartender, I used to be able to customize every drink if the customer ordered to it. So that's why I'm like very in tune with what I sell. And that's why I'm very vocal about it. But if others aren't, maybe they're just not comfortable, and that's okay. So I'm going to be doing the Boba Tour this coming June. And I'll only be at the Gallup Flea Market on the 10th. That's the only time I'm going to be at the Gallup Flea Market. So I just wanted to give you guys an FYI. So if you guys show up and I'm not there, it's because I'm on the Boba Tour on the weekends in different communities, like what my mission was at the beginning of the podcast when I told you guys I wanted to engage and come to a community near you. this is exactly what I was talking about. And it's coming on pretty quick. I'm going to be giving out flyers this coming weekend at the Gallup Flea Market, so that way people know in advance. I'm going to be posting it on the tent, so that way they know and they're not caught off guard and they're not blindsided. Because I did let everybody know that I'm going in April and that I'm going to be at the Gallup Flea Market the entire month of May, and that time has expired, and it's just this coming weekend, and then after that it's June. So July is up in the air. I'm still figuring out where I'm going to be. So if you guys want to have Native Boba Tea come out or collaborate or do, you know, something like Navajo Arts and Crafts is doing, and then be a part of the engagement for the brand of Native Boba Tea, please reach out to me and let me know. The more time you give me, the better, so that way I can strategize and be able to coordinate how I'm able to set up. So it just so happened that the timing was perfect for Navajo Arts and Crafts Enterprise to reach out and have me there, and you know, it just fell all in sync. And things are like that. Whenever it's natural and it happens, that's the best time. So when you guys are coming out to Not George, go you know, on June 3rd, come stop by. It's going to be hard to miss us, because if you look left or right, whichever way you're going, we're going to be right there on the side of the road. No, inside the parking lot of the Navajo Arts and Crafts Enterprise parking lot. Yeah, and you do get 10% off with a purchase from Native Boba Tea for Navajo Arts and Crafts Enterprise. So we're going to be giving out little coupons. So whoever purchases an item, you can take that coupon and redeem it for a 10% off purchase at Navajo Arts and Crafts Enterprise, which is awesome. It's a great incentive, right? It's a steal. You can do that on whatever you like. They have freaking awesome items in there. And what I really like about Navajo Arts and Crafts Enterprise is that they use local, and they showcase local vendors for their store. So it's not just one person doing everything. It's got a multitude of collaborative artwork inside, which is beautiful. And which is one of the reasons why it's been in business so long. So hats off to them and congratulations for that. They're getting ready to open their next store in Crown Point, which is, I'm sure, going to be another awesome venture for them. So congratulations. And then if you guys want to sponsor the Boba Tour or Native Boba Tea at any event, email me at inquiries@nativebobatea.com. Or you can reach out to me on social media. It's just easier to do by email, so that way I can keep track of it, because if I have, you know, a certain source, then I can just save it and star it. So as far as Outlook goes in my email, because I have Outlook. So if you guys want to do that, I'm super open to collaborations, whether it be not on YouTube, whether it be on the Excuse podcast or social media, or placing you on the poster, anything like that for the tour at any event. Just let me know, or, you know, sponsoring, you know, collaborations, any of that. So just let me know. But I'm excited, guys. This is the time for me to be super excited. So don't sleep on it, because if you sleep on it on this tour, this summer is going to be done by the time you know it. And I can't guarantee that. And I want it to happen next year, but I can't guarantee I will, because the ultimate goal, guys, is to have a actual location. And I'm letting you guys know that now. The ultimate goal is to have an actual location, so that way I can set up shop and then just do business daily. So that way it's not specifically catered to a Saturday or Friday or, you know, a Sunday. I want to be able to engage and sell the product, you know, Monday through Friday, Monday through Monday, Monday through whatever days. I don't know what time it's going to be off, but anyway, that's the ultimate goal. So I do want to take advantage of the summer, because hey, if it's a new brand and I'm spotlighting that brand and I want to engage and build a community and a following, don't sleep on it, because I don't know exactly where it's going to be at by the end of the summer, but it's going to be somewhere exciting. It's going to be somewhere exciting, even if I'm doing it throughout the winter. Because just an FYI and a heads up, I am going to be offering hot boba drinks, and that sounds a little bit different because we're in like the gearing up for the summer heat and everything's ice this, ice that, you know, on blended this. Just so you guys know, boba has the other half of the coin. Boba is also enjoyed hot, and it's a tea, so it's also enjoyed hot. So don't think that boba is only going to be in the summertime on ice all the time. It's the other coin of it is the other dark side of the moon. The other the other coin of it is that it's actually served hot as well, so you can enjoy it hot. And there's flavors that I'm coming up with right now for the winter. So just to give you guys a heads up, that's going to be coming underway come the fall and winter. So you can still enjoy boba throughout the winter. How cool is that? Okay, so and then July, once July happens, I'm still figuring out where I'm going to be at for July. There's a few areas where I have my eye on, but things that take a lot of time and money to be at an event, it's almost going to be a stretch to do that. So I'm still kind of working around certain things. I did have one person reach out to me and ask me if I'm going to be in Crown Point. That's a good suggestion. If you guys have any suggestions, let me know, because I can't really tell quite yet where the demand for people is. I definitely know Winter Rock is, because I've been there plenty of times. It's the heart of the Navajo Nation. So, I mean, there's going to be demand, and there's a flea market right across the way. So even if you're at the flea market, walk right over. Take those 100 steps it takes to get to the tent and grab yourself a delicious boba, because I'm going to be there selling boba. So I don't know quite the context if there's a lot of people in Crown Point. I'm going to be honest, I've been there a couple of times, and it didn't seem like I saw a lot of development, which of course is normal for the reservation. But I went to the hospital, and then I went to the bashes, and then that was about it. And I don't quite know where else there might be like a plaza or somewhere else to sell or set up. But if you guys have any tips, let me know. I completely don't mind. Just put it on social media, or send it in my inbox on whatever, Facebook, Instagram, whatever. Anyway, yeah, so let me know. And then for the fall, I will probably see I'm thinking July and August and September, I might be popping up at a few fairs. I do want to go to Shiprock. I've had an early inquiry about Tuba City, but if you guys are feel confident about, the population there, then I'm going to start packing my bags now and writing it down on the calendar. But yeah, so and then let's see. So that is August, July, and September. And then the winter is going to come, the fall is going to come, which I love the fall, guys. I don't know about you guys, but the fall is such a beautiful, beautiful time to view change. And it seems like all the hustle and bustle of the summer, it decides to like reflect back on you, kind of like a mirror, and you kind of able to think over the summer and then kind of just settle in. But yeah, I love the fall. And I'm also born in the fall too, so that probably has something to do with it. But this Saturday, I'm going to be at the Gallup Flea Market, and then I'm not going to upload on Sunday because I'm moving it to Wednesdays, and I'm going to be enjoying the weekend on Saturday and Sunday. It's an extended weekend, guys. Enjoy your Memorial Day weekend. Sleep in, get some rest, go get something to eat, take a hike. That's what I'm going to do. Literally take a hike. And then, just enjoy yourselves, because whenever we get so busy, especially, the stretch from January to May, if you're like me and you work in corporate America, because I still have my full-time job, there's not very many company holidays or federal holidays from January to May. So that stretch is kind of a drought for all of us to be like, so that stretch is kind of a drought for us. So enjoy your weekend. So that's the summation of the Boba Tour. I still am reading this book, Red Nation Rising. And y'all, I'm going to be super honest. Like, the beginning of the book just made me super upset. The beginning of the book made me really upset, and I already knew where it was going. It's one of the George Floyd type of instances, but with Native American citizen, one of us. So, and it just makes me upset because when people don't look like you and you're somebody who's white and you look at somebody who is brown skin, has long hair, and you automatically think of things in your mind, and you're from a white background and you're raised around white people, and then you go and you serve an area where, let's say it's a border town or it's a reservation, and you're not from that area, you have certain biases about the population, the demographic there, and you make up these assumptions like, oh, they're dangerous, oh, they're unfamiliar, oh, they're different, oh, they're mysterious, oh, they're wild, oh, I've heard this about them, I've heard that about them. And then before you even know it, you have a whole slew of like racial biases against somebody who needs help. And so when you use you're in a law enforcement type of position, you use excessive, lethal, unwarranted force, physical force against somebody because you're in a uniform, you're supposed to execute the law, but you're not doing it properly, you're not trained properly, your mind's in the wrong area. So then you end up killing and murdering somebody, and it frustrates me to the core, and it makes me super angry. And this is exactly what the George Floyd thing was, for our African American brothers and sisters. They had one of them, and this book it's just right off the bat, it's going to get right into it. I know that it's going to knock me around and punch me around with a lot of things that I am trying to be a little bit more in tune with as far as what's going on with the Native American community. But it's frustrating nonetheless. And even if it wasn't, let's say a Native American person, even if it was a white person that was getting treated like that by their own people, it's like the use of deadly force with law enforcement. And I know it doesn't happen everywhere, and it's not every single officer, but it's like, come on, guys. Like, if somebody needs help and they're obviously not well, or they're off their medication and they're not harming anybody, but they're just, maybe talking to themselves, or, it's like, don't use that type of force. I don't know. Anyway, I'm going to have to finish reading that chapter because I read the first few pages and it frustrated me and I had to put it down. So whenever things are super overwhelming like that, I'm like, okay, give it a second, Kevin, chill out, and then come back to it. So I'll update that. I'll update you guys on that in a minute. But let me drink some of my coffee. I don't know, certain things, and one of the reasons why I bought this book is that a lot of people in Page, and I don't know if this is true because I don't spend a lot of time in Page, but a lot of people in Page have been saying things about, the development and the people there against Native Americans, being a border town as well, like for the reservation. A lot of people have been saying kind of similar things on social media. I'll see a comment here and there, and they'll be like, well, the police officers are like this, the principals are like this, the superintendents are like this. They treat us this way, they're white people in Anglo, and they treat us this way, and they think of this way, and, the town hall, and, different certain things. So that was one of the main inspirations of me wanting to buy the book, because when I saw it at the Mijoni Day powwow, I was like, wait a minute, this has to do with something, important in and around here. So I'm going to see if it also covers that, which it'd be awesome to get a type of an account or even firsthand account. But yeah, so all of these books and all of these instances around the reservation, guys, these are like movie types of stories. Somebody can write a book about it. Somebody can write a movie about it. Somebody can write a play about it. If you guys are creative like that, jump on it, do it, because no one else is doing it, and the ideas are out there. Everything in motion, life in motion, can be produced and used to help somebody. So even things like that have a certain dark essence to it, you can really use it and turn it around, because once you present it on like a big platform, then those individuals will start to reevaluate their behavior, because nothing happens with change if no one does it. If no one doesn't do anything about it. whether it not be a march, whether it not be on bringing it to the news or starting a social movement or putting it in a movie or a play or writing a book about it, something, take up some space, take up some indigenous space, use your voice. And that's all I'm saying is that's why I'm telling everybody, I'm trying to tell everybody that really the Navajo Nation, the reservations around North America are really, I kind of said the last pioneer, but I kind of meant like the last frontier. And our stories and everything. We're not an extinct culture. We're not only stoic. We're comical. We're humorous. We're funny. We have different takes on things. We have passions, dreams, feelings, sense of kinship. Things that can bring us together. And really, it's like us, if we hone this and we hone our craft and we believe in each other, we really can make a difference for our own people. And we're large enough to do that for each other. So that's one of the things I really like about IndigiFest. So if you're out there, come on out there and say hi. I'm going to be giving out little tiny Native Boba Tea stickers, the little badges. So you guys see them on my product, it's the little badges. Well, these ones are going to be given out as well. So just, even if you come up by just to pick up a sticker, pick up one of those. I still have the OSHA heart stickers available. Those are the circle ones with the blush color, and it says OSHA heart with little boba. Those ones are super cool. Those ones are $4, and those ones I do have to price and sell because those were more expensive than the badge. The free badges I'm going to give out during IndigiFest. But yeah, so come on by and pick up a boba, a bubble waffle, a sticker. You guys are going to love the bubble waffle. I'm telling you. The thing about the bubble waffle is that it looks interesting. It looks kind of unique and crazy, but it tastes so good and the smell is heavenly. You'll see. You'll see. Congratulations to all the graduates out there. Congratulations to everybody walking across the stage, or even if you're not walking across the stage and you're getting your diploma or degree. The point is that you did it. You finished. You made it. So congratulations. Big ups to you on that. Not many people get to do that. So really take some pride in that. And use that to change the world. So if you guys are doing anything, put your whole heart into it, whatever you believe. Don't listen to what so-and-so has to say over here. Don't listen to what so-and-so thinks of you over here. Don't listen to the big bad voice up in here inside your head. Don't listen to it. Keep going. If you know that you want to do it and you still want to do it and it's still tugging at your heart, but you're fighting with it up here, let that part go. Let that part go and follow your heart. Follow your passion, because nothing bad can come of following your heart and following what you believe in. And even if it takes a week or a couple of days or a month to really, think about it, wrap your head around it, just come back to it and do it. So, so whatever you want to do, follow that dream. And right now, 2023 is like the best time to start all of that. So don't let anything hold you back. Get out there and follow your passion. So I am looking for somebody to design a sticker. So if you guys have anybody in mind, if you're an amateur artist, if you're a graphic artist, if you're, I'm looking for somebody to design a sticker. I'm also looking for somebody to design a t-shirt, but to draw a picture. Email me inquiries@nativebobatea.com and let me know if you're interested, and I have a certain idea of how I want it to look, but just executing it is a little bit, I don't want it to look like a kid's drawing, basically. And if I did it, that's how it's going to be. Anyway, but yeah, I hope you guys enjoy your week. Have a wonderful week, and we'll see you guys next time on the Excuse Podcast. All right? Bye, guys.